The Wagoneer is a beautiful machine to drive in a wide range of situations, but on this test drive, it did leave me disappointed in at least one of these. We'll be learning about the high-tech hybrid Hemi under the hood, answering some of the internet's most popular Wagoneer search questions, and going for a road test where this machine's key strengths and one important weakness shine through the drive. I was on the phone for 45 minutes the other day sorting out the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer, the Wagoneer Carbide, the Quadralift suspension, and we've got Wagoneer L and Grand Wagoneer L. This is a very complex model lineup, and here's how it works. It takes a place atop the model range with the Grand Cherokee beneath it. The Wagoneer comes standard with 3 seating rows and is Jeep's answer to machines like the GMC Yukon Denali or a high-end Toyota Sequoia or Ford Expedition. There are Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer configurations available, and despite the confusing Grand designation, those two are physically the same size. So what's the difference between a Wagoneer and a Grand Wagoneer? The Wagoneer gets 392 standard horsepower, the Grand Wagoneer gets 471. The Grand Wagoneer wears more chrome, with metallic window surrounds being a dead giveaway that you're looking at a Grand. Elsewhere, interior luxury trimmings are upgraded, as is featured content, with high-end goodies like air suspension and massaging seats included as standard on Grand Wagoneer models. So where the Wagoneer, like my tester, is built to compete with high-end SUVs like the Yukon Denali and Ford Expedition Platinum, the Grand Wagoneer is built to compete with luxury models like the Cadillac Escalade and Lincoln Navigator. You climb slightly up using the built-in non-retractable running board, slide into your velvety smooth leather seat, and then you're faced with a big vast dashboard that's full of strong horizontal line work and stitch work, but not a lot of clutter. This all helps pump up a sense of width and space around you. Visual elements flow and intersect with one another, and most of the metallic trimmings favor a smooth flowing edge that conveys a soft and inviting look. On closer inspection, it's knurled metal controls at the driver's right hand, a wide touchscreen with built-in heated seat and steering wheel controls, a volume knob right where it belongs, and an engine start button right next to that. Gears shift with a dial, nearby storage is nearly excessive with one of the handiest cup holder areas in recent memory, plenty of door pockets, a concealed center console storage cubby with wireless charger, and a very deep center console with an integrated and concealed charging cubby right up top, itself flanked by leather armrests. So fire up the engine and the digital part of the Wagoneer experience comes to life with the highly animated central display and big screen touch display front and center springing into action. Both displays can be highly customized to show whatever combination of information, vehicle system monitoring, or entertainment the driver likes, and I appreciated the tactile climate control buttons just down below. Alright, we've got to do the glove test. Of course, if it's cold out like it is today, you'll be wearing gloves. We've got all these shiny, flush-mounted, touch-responsive buttons in here. Let's see how they work with your gloves on. And these are not touchscreen-friendly gloves, so let's see how this is all going to work. Your heated seat and steering wheel controls right here on the left, and let's try those out. Oh, doesn't look like it. Nope. So we're not having any luck with this. So your heated seat and steering wheel are not going to work with your gloves on. Thankfully, they turn themselves on automatically with the remote starter if you're using it. Central touch screen. Oh, that does actually work. You've got to give it a bit of a poke. But actually not too bad. So actually, central touchscreen does work with your gloves on. You've got to give it a little bit of a poke, but I am happy to see that because usually these things don't work at all if you're wearing gloves. Let's see if I can get my Spotify going here. Yep, you've just got to kind of press it like you mean it, but it does work with your gloves on. Of course, you do have this row of redundant controls here for the climate control. These will work no problem with your gloves on here. Nice to have that. Makes it very quick and easy to access whatever climate control function you want without having to go up into the sub-menu in here, which you can if you like. But if you're wearing a set of these, using these controls where possible is going to be much easier for you. Auto stop, lane keeping assist, traction control, and so on. And just like the touchscreen, you have to kind of press these like you mean it. And so actually those buttons work with your gloves on too. Just like the touchscreen, you've got to press it like you mean it, but no need to take these off. My tester had a 3-seat second row that shouldn't be too snug for a trio of average-sized adults. 2 adults have room to stretch out, recline, or even cross their legs comfortably. A button press tips slides the outboard second row seats ahead, opening up a generous step through into the third seating row. And once seated in the very back, the second row seats can be reached by the occupant behind it and pulled back into position. At 5'10" and 200 pounds, I was a happy customer back here. Usually, third row seats are clumsy and cramped, and caused me to get acquainted with my knees. Though I was just about out of headroom in the third row, the width and knee room back here were more than adequate, and the one-touch walk-through is smooth and slick. Unlike dumb springs that just bounce, these ones react in response to a live stream of road surface and dynamic body data, with the goal of cancelling out a lot of the dramatic bouncing and rebounding sensations common in great big SUVs before they get a chance to happen. In motion, it's a lovely thing. The Wagoneer floats along the tarmac and gives the driver a peaceful, planted glide that inspires confidence and relaxation. The steering is easy to work smoothly and feels nicely tuned for the highway drive too, where it's locked on and heavy enough to minimize the driver's need to correct and readjust their position. That's a smoother, less labor-intensive drive over long distances. At lower speeds, the steering feel eases, making the Wagoneer feel lighter and more maneuverable the slower you drive. In a parking lot, you can steer this with one finger if you like. Those big wheels look great, but the lower profile and stiffer sidewalls throw more work at the adaptive shocks and airbags than they can handle when the going gets very rough. For context, we are talking about worst-case scenario road surfaces here. Specifically, the suspension noise climbs to a dull roar, interior panels occasionally rub and click, and occasional whacks or clunks make their way into the cabin. I noticed a slight but notable increase to vibration and feedback through the steering as well. With the added low-end torque enabled by the eTorque system, this hybrid-boosted Hemi feels more like a torque monster twin-turbo V6 than a V8 that needs a few revs to get breathing. The motor generator unit turns the Hemi into its own hydro station and gives it an electric supercharger in the process. This unit can flip from generator to motor in a millisecond, automatically generating its own electricity as you drive, and then turning into a motor that uses the electricity it just generated to apply torque directly to the crankshaft without burning an extra molecule of gas in the process. The result is a major power boost right off the line, more pleasing throttle response at low revs, a quieter and smoother drive, faster gear shifts, and more outright pulling power. The power curve is smoothed and flattened, and there's little need to push for higher revs to get gliding smoothly and quickly up to speed. Braking is a mixed bag. I did find deep and confidence-inspiring reserves of stopping power and a reliable pedal feel that you can really lean on, though I did wish for a bit more precision and bite from the brakes at the very top of the pedal's action. My tester's brakes felt powerful and easy to work smoothly, but they do require a bit of a stomp before things get serious. So the engine gives you many fuel-saving tools, but your results will all depend on your right foot. Thankfully, the smooth, quiet torque and typically gentle ride have a way of encouraging you to sit back, relax, and take it easy. In that sort of driving, you'll find the Wagoneer's key strength, the creation of a spacious, comfortable lounge on wheels with room to spare, and a place where it's easy to decompress or unwind before or after your next adventure. Just skip those 22s if you'll do a lot of backroads driving.
Because I want you to know everything about this vehicle, let's also answer some of the internet's most popular Wagoneer-related search questions.
How much can the Wagoneer tow? Up to 10,000 pounds. Which Wagoneer has massage seats? If you're after an on-the-road massage, you'll need to step up into the Grand Wagoneer, which comes standard with 24-way adjustable power front seats with memory, massage, and powered headrests. What is the Wagoneer Carbide? The Wagoneer's new Carbide trim gives shoppers the option of a sleeker and more modern look, with a blacked-out design, gloss black wheels, black onyx grille rings and texture, lower fascias and diamond black, and unique interior graphics, textures, and accenting that are more dynamic and modern. So in short, the Wagoneer Carbide lets shoppers ditch the chrome and darken the scenery for a more covert and athletic look on the road.
Thank you for watching. My name's Justin Pritchard. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you learned something new. And until next time, take care and drive safe.
If you liked this video, we've got plenty more like it, so consider hitting the subscribe button down below so you never miss a new upload, leaving a like if you learned something new, and until next time, take care and drive safe.